Hello students, how are you? I hope you are all good by the grace of God. I am Romila George, your English teacher of class 2. Before reading, I will ask you few questions from the previous readings. Question number 1 is, who is Ruby? Question number 2 is, who is Mrs. Dibbins? Question number 3 is, what is the name of Ruby's class teacher? Students, I am giving you 10 seconds pause to think. Students, are you ready to give answers? Okay, question number 1 is, who is Ruby? The answer is, Ruby is a small girl. Question number 2, who is Mrs. Dibbins? Answer is, Mrs. Dibbins is Ruby's mother. Question number 3, what is the name of Ruby's class teacher? The answer is, her name is Mrs. Thomas. I hope your answers are correct. So let us continue our lesson from page number 15. Students, be attentive. Now let's start the reading. What is it? Asked Mrs. Thomas, looking a little worried herself. Is there something wrong? Yes, there is, said Mrs. Dibbins. Ruby told me that she was in the garden all day yesterday. Mrs. Thomas laughed. Mrs. Dibbins was cross. She did not think there was something to laugh about. Mrs. Thomas asked Ruby's mother why you looked worried. Is something wrong? So she replied, yes, my daughter told me that she spent the whole day in the garden. To which the Mrs. Thomas started laughing. Ruby's mother got angry. Let's continue the reading. Did you tell your mom what we did yesterday, Ruby? Asked Mrs. Thomas. Ruby nodded. And did you tell your mom about the other girls in class? Asked Mrs. Thomas. Ruby shook her head and Mrs. Thomas smiled at Ruby's mom. Students, here we saw that Ruby's teacher asked Ruby, did you tell your mother what we did yesterday? Ruby said, yes. Now let's continue the reading. I told the children yesterday that we are going to call our classroom the garden, said Mrs. Thomas. The garden, said Mrs. Dibbins in surprise. Whatever for? In this paragraph, Mrs. Thomas explained her mother that I had said, children, that we will call our classroom the garden. So she was surprised. Now let's continue the reading of last paragraph of the lesson. Just then, the other girls of 2B came into the classroom. They were all still wearing their labels. Mrs. Dibbins, I want you to meet Ruby's friends, said Mrs. Thomas, pointing to the girls. Violet, Rose, Poppy, Iris, Jasmine, Daisy. Say hello to Ruby's mom. Mrs. Dibbins and Mrs. Thomas laughed and laughed. The girls laughed too. Students, here we saw that Mrs. Dibbins requested the teacher that, can I see my daughter's friends? Teacher started pointing the girls and calling out the names of her friends. Violet, Rose, Poppy, Iris, Jasmine and Daisy. Students, do you know these are all flowers' names? The moral of the story. The moral of the story is that parents are very possessive for their children. Children must obey their parents, study well, and must tell their parents about all the activities they do in the school. Dear students, today your lesson has been completed. This is your home task. Read lesson Ruby's Garden, pages 15 and 16. Answer the following questions. Write the names of 4 main characters of lesson Ruby's Garden. This is question number 1. And now question number 2. Question number 2 is, what made Mrs. Thomas laugh? Fill in the blanks. Select a word from the list given below and fill in the blanks. Garden, mom, loudly, girls. Number 1 blank is, just then the other dash of 2B came into the class. Number 2, Ruby soon saw her dash. Number 3, the bell rang dash. Number 4, Ruby's class spent the whole day in the dash. Words meaning. Students, you have to learn these word meanings. Words and meanings. Chatting, talking. Odd, strange. Waving, moving hands. Surprised, shocked. Cross, angry. Dear students, complete all your homework in your English literature copy. Write your name and class on your copy and submit it in school office on every Thursday. Thank you, students. Always obey your elders. God bless you all.